Kiara and I are here to provide the land acknowledgement for the class of 2020.
We would like to give a special shout out to all of the Native graduates throughout Portland Public Schools. Portland Public Schools is located within the city of Portland, Oregon and Multnomah County. As graduates of Portland Public's class of 2020, it's essential that we acknowledge that every school building, court, field, stadium, office, local field trip, and learning space we've utilized during the many years of our learning journey has taken place on Indigenous land. As such, we honor the tribal people whose way of life, traditions, culture, and in every sense, ways of being was taken from them. Acknowledgement is a simple, powerful way of showing respect for those whose land we are on and step toward correcting the stories and practices, language, and art that erase Indigenous people's history and culture, and toward inviting and honoring the truth and relationship with our Indigenous land, resources, and communities. Indigenous people have lived here since time immemorial for thousands of years in the past. The Portland metropolitan area covers both sides of the Columbia River and both sides of the Willamette River, spanning into surrounding counties. In this broad area, there were numerous tribes, peoples, and villages that honored the abundance that the lands offered. We honor their history and acknowledge the sacrifices they made.
In the Portland metropolitan area, the tribes are the Multnomah, which is a band of the Chinook, the Wasco, Cowlitz, Klamath, Clackamas, Tualatin, Kalapuya, Malawa, and many other tribes who made their homes along the Columbia and Willamette River. Let us also acknowledge the robust present-day federally recognized tribes of this area, the Grand Ronde, Siletz, and Cowlitz. It is within the Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde and the Confederated Tribes of Siletz, Indians, that many of the families of the bands just listed now reside. In addition, we would like to acknowledge the Chinook Nation, which has been seeking federal recognition for many years. The urban Indian community is made up of tribal diversity that originates from around the country, representing at least 380 tribes, with more than 100 tribes represented among Portland Public Schools students and families. Native students show resilience in school from the age of 3 when they enter preschool or PPS Native Montessori through high school graduation. The urban Indian community has a vivid history and present-day presence made up of people whose journeys have brought them to Portland through which ways of forced displacement or seeking better opportunities. Today, these tribes and communities celebrate their heritage, showing resilience and tenacity, which would be greatly admired by their ancestors.
Cleveland class of 2020, we are thinking of all of you. We are beyond sad that our time together has been cut short. However, this unexpected circumstance does not take away from how far we have come and how much we have accomplished both as individuals and as a community.
Together, we can get through this and leave stronger than before. All of your hard work is not going unnoticed. We miss you and hope to see you soon. Here's to Cleveland's class of 2020.
You've got the virus of love, 'cause I'm sending it to you. The virus of love is sweeping through. I've got the virus of love, and I think I got it from you. The virus of love is sweeping through.
This is Guadalupe Guerrero, and as Superintendent of the Portland Public Schools, I want to extend to the class of 2020 a hearty congratulations on your graduation. We are so proud of you, and you should be really proud of yourselves for reaching this important milestone, and also because we know it has taken a lot of hard work to get to this point. As an educator, I know that this moment is likely made possible because of a lot of individuals who have stood by you growing up and have been there to support you during your academic career. Graduations are a key moment for celebrating and reflecting on your successes and growths. You may be thinking about the long nights you may have spent completing an assignment or cramming for a test, or the countless hours working with your classmates preparing a science project or the high school musical. Or perhaps you're thinking about the time you spent on the field or on the court practicing for the big matches. Or maybe you're thinking about the homecoming dance you went to with your first crush, or the friends you've made over the years who have propped you up and provided a shoulder during those trying moments. You've each had a unique experience in arriving at this point. It is a celebration of all you've grown and the journey you've taken to get here. And for some of you, that journey has been a testament of your resilience and perseverance. I see you. Your teachers, aunties, abuelas, parents, cousins, mentors, coaches, friends, and others see you too. All of our graduates have shown resilience and adaptability as lifelong learners during this unprecedented health crisis. Given this pandemic, I want to acknowledge that you didn't have the senior year that you imagined. The PPS graduate portrait describes students prepared to lead change in the world. You've shown a commendable level of self-agency and leadership. Our community describes in our vision for the school system that we should aim to produce graduates that are inclusive, collaborative problem solvers, transformative racial equity leaders, influential global stewards, and optimistic, future-oriented graduates. The class of 2020 has demonstrated many of these traits. It's had more than just a pandemic to confront. You have used your voice, your advocacy, and leadership to speak out and act on a range of important issues of our time, both those local and global. You have advocated and marched, testified at board meetings, spoken truth to power, and insisted that we need to act now on preserving your future in your advocacy for climate justice. Climate change is real and we must do better. Portland showed up strong in the youth-led movement, and it's resulted in real changes for how we make sure that every student understands this important topic. And as our country and our city confronts its history and its institutionalized systems of oppression, once again, you have continued to march and speak out against bigotry and racism. You have understood that this is a time for reflection, learning, and action. You have been clear in your declarations that Black Lives Matter. Having witnessed your leadership, I am hopeful that we will live in a more socially just world. To prepare graduates to lead change and improve the world, that's our vision for our graduates. And I believe that what future Portlanders will read about in history books, it's just that you are the generation truly prepared to lead meaningful change and improve the world so that children and youth from all unique and diverse backgrounds have the equitable opportunity to thrive. So as you go on to the next leg of your journey, rely on what you've learned, both about the world around you and also what you've learned about yourself. Be true to your sense of self-agency and moral compass. Pursue your emerging passions and continue to cultivate your gifts and talents. We are so very proud of you. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Maggie Carr has been a part of the choir program for 4 years as a member of the REM choir and the ensemble Cleveland Dares. She was among a selected few to participate in both the All-State Choir and the All-Northwest Choir. Maggie said the choir program has provided her with a wonderful community to be a part of and has definitely increased her love for sharing music. She enjoys performing because she believes music unites people, whether it be through the message of the piece or simply coming together to share experiencing a performance. She will attend Oberlin College in the fall. Please welcome Maggie Carr, who will be performing Feeling Good, composed by Anthony Newley and Leslie Bricussy.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I It's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom in the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean. Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when the day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world, and a bold world for me, and I'm feeling good. Stars when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of a pine, you know how I feel. Freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good.
It has been my distinct honor to be your principal at Cleveland High School. Congratulations, you are embarking on one of the most challenging phases of your life. But then, your senior class has already faced many challenges, especially at the end of first semester this year. Navigating through the unknown over the past months has no doubt been a difficult challenge. But with your tenacity to overcome any obstacles is a true defining moment for each one of you, a testament to your character. You have inspired us, you have made us proud, and you will have a wonderful future. I hope you are proud of your high school achievements, but keep striving to bring out the best in yourselves and the people around you. And remember, you just received your diploma from the best high school around. You have all earned it. We wish you all the best in the years to come. Job well done, class of 2020. Go Warriors.
Noah Brown has established himself as one of the outstanding musicians in our graduating class. He has played piano in the jazz band for 4 years and also performs classical, blues, and rock music. He said he enjoys composing and performing a variety of different piano pieces with other Cleveland ensembles also. This has given him the opportunity to further refine his skills as a musician. Along with performing at Cleveland, Noah has played for many years with the Portland Youth Jazz Orchestra, as well as a trio of other musicians. This winner of a number of soloist awards at various jazz festivals also selected to play with the Oregon All-State Jazz Band this winter. Noah will attend University of Washington this fall to continue his study of music. Please welcome Noah Brown, who will play Lean on Me by Bill Withers.
Charles Schneider.
Standing on the front steps of Cleveland, my vision was a blur of orange. Looking to my right was a seemingly endless row of signs screaming for what we demanded: change. Signs reading, "Sympathy doesn't save lives. We dream of a better, safer future. Fear has no place in our schools, and if Congress won't act, we will. Held for all to see and hear us." It was in this moment, surrounded by all of you, standing silently in solidarity, coming together for a universal cause, that I realized this class is absolutely unstoppable. This is a resilient class of fighters and changemakers. This is a class that demands to be heard, stands for what they believe in, and fights to leave the world better for the generations after us. You all amaze me. You don't settle for the obstacles that have been thrown at you, but instead find a way to rise above and leave better than before. While individually, we all have our own experiences. The one constant that brings all of us together is passion. And with passion comes a fight for change.
You all have made that change. We are leaving Cleveland better than we arrived, as young, innocent freshmen. And though our time has been cut short, the changes made in our community will have a lasting impact. The lessons that we learned along the way will stay with us for a lifetime, and the countless memories made will live with us forever. Starting high school is a major milestone. It can be scary, exciting, and everything in between. I came to Cleveland not knowing anyone. I was scared of being isolated and having to start over. But little did I know, attending Cleveland would be the best decision I have ever made. The Cleveland community gave me the opportunities and platform to break out of my shell and become the woman I am today, and I am forever grateful for my experience. While high school can often be a bumpy path, there is always something to look forward to. I am leaving Cleveland with plenty of joyous memories. From our first Versus Assembly, standing next to each of you, realizing the importance of spirit in our school, to junior year hall decks, where we made Monopoly come to life and finally beat the senior class. I will never forget the old car we used for our homecoming float. It was nearly impossible to drive and took a makeshift booster seat for me to reach the pedals. Anytime I saw students advocating for one another, bleachers filled to the brim at sporting events, and students repping green and gold for Spirit Week, This is a sense of community I will never forget. I'm extremely grateful for this experience this class has given me.
We've been through a lot together. We've experienced many highs and lows and countless roadblocks. We've seen much uncertainty throughout the years, including whether we will ever meet together as one again. However, what deems most powerful in my mind is our ability to continue supporting one another time and time again. I'm beyond honored to be a part of this class, a part of such a powerful and inspiring community. After 4 years of hard work, this is not at all how any of us imagined our send-off being. With an unconventional graduation and many celebrations being canceled, none of this takes away from the incredible work you all have accomplished, the barriers many have overcome to get here, and the impact you have made on the Cleveland community. Stay strong, because although this chapter of our life is ending in a rather unusual way, the future can only be brighter. As we head further into the unknown future, stay connected to one another, stay supporting one another, and stay yourself. Stay the resilient class of fighters and change makers that you are today, because the world needs us to step up and keep demanding change.
Though experiencing this uncertainty individually, we are all in this together. These events will shape and connect us to each other for the rest of our lives. Both the class of 2020, around the world, and at Cleveland will forever be bonded by this shared experience. Even with our senior year coming to a sudden close, we have found ways to stay connected through it all. This unexpected circumstance does not take away from how much we have accomplished and how far we come, both as individuals and as a community. I am beyond proud to say I have been a part of this class. You all, this class, are unstoppable.
So, here's to the class of 2020. Congratulations, graduates of 2020.